మరోవైపు ప్రముఖ మత బోధకుడు జకీర్ నాయక్ మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. లైవ్ లో చూద్దాం.
The newspaper has corrected and said that we never said that Dr. Zakir Naik inspired him, and Dr. Zakir Naik did not inspire any terrorists to kill innocent people, and we even rectified the statement which they said that I was banned in Malaysia, that's an error, and I thank them to correct the information. What I would like to know what I would like that even the Indian media, which has started this media trial just based on one report that came in the Daily Star, why don't they do the same? The main source where they got the information from, they have retracted, but the media trial yet continues. I'm here to answer any questions. I have prepared. I was watching and getting all the clips of various news channels. I watched some of them live, and there were hundreds of allegations, and I've compiled them in about 30 allegations. And last night and a day before, I gave the reply to the major allegations. There are about 30, and inshallah, all of you would be getting the reply on a pen drive. Inshallah, by the time this conference ends, in the next couple of hours, you'll be getting a recording of these. And I feel that if you listen to these recordings very carefully, I think the reply and the answers to all the allegations are there. What I was shocked that when I saw many of the panel discussion, my statements were taken out of context. There were half statements, only one sentence is taken, some of the clips for doctor, and they're asking the panelists, do you agree or do you agree? Without knowing the context, or if the panelist has not seen the complete context, few minutes before, few minutes after, how can he give the reply? And imagine, most of the panelists said that Dr. Zakir Naik in a lecture said that every Muslim should be a terrorist. Imagine if I take that statement and show it on the television, saying that this journalist is saying every Muslim should be a terrorist, that means even you are in the firing line. So this is not a fair. It is not at all fair, and it is misguiding the people. I'm here that if you want any clarification, most of the clarification that has come in the last few days that I could compile has been given in the pen drive that will be given to you, inshallah, which has 30 major allegations, and the reply to these are there. If any person or any journalist with the unbiased mind, not with the agenda, sees this, he will surely be convinced that I am a messenger of peace, and I condemn all terrorist attacks. Any human being, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, kills any other human being, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, an innocent human being, I condemn that act anywhere in the world, whether in India or any questions or any clarification that anyone requires, you're most welcome to ask. I request that this is not a panel discussion, so I request the journalists to ask one question at a time. Please mention your name and the news agency, the channel or the paper you're coming from, and be patient. I'm here. Whether it takes half an hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, I'm here. So please don't get impatient. If anyone is impatient and has an appointment, then I cannot force him to stay. But I'm here to answer your queries. Don't get impatient, even if it's the time. If it's time for Salah there in India, maybe the Muslims can go for Salah, but all the other journalists can very well continue asking the question.
Tell me when can I start? Yeah?
Can you have the first question, please?
All right.
Maybe have the first question.
Yeah, I have the
Okay.
mic.
Yes, Megha.
So, if Dr. Naik is ready, it's on, right? Dr. Naik, my name is Megha Prasad and I'm from Times Now. My question
Yes,
to
welcome
you,
before, sister. How are you?
I'm good. My
Yes, I heard
question
it
to you,
before.
Dr. Naik, is that there are videos that are available on the internet in which you have said, and it's that really available for everybody to watch, you have said that killing people by way of suicide bombing can be justified in certain circumstances and under the guidance of some Islamic scholars. I would like to understand, sir, what exactly did you mean by advocating killing people by suicide bombing? And number two, who are these scholars you are referring to, who you think have the right in this world to go ahead and give the permission for suicide bombing? And before I end, Dr. Naik, I would also like to know, why did you cancel your visit to India? Because clearly your staff had gone on record to say that you're coming back on 11th. Were you apprehending the state
Minister
actors
was
in that
clearly
regard?
mentioned one question at a time. You're asking the second question.
One question at a
Both
time.
these questions are covered in the pen drive we'll be giving. I told you, I've compiled, but people are impatient. And if you hear the recording, that recording is given without any pressure, very calmly, without anyone forcing and guiding. Here, regarding your first question, that you have seen my videos, that I have advocated killing people in way of suicide bombing. Again, this is a misinformation. And this answer is given on the pen drive. There was a question asked to me that is suicide bombing permitted in Islam? And the reply is, if suicide bombing is done as a terrorist attack where innocent people are killed, this is 100% condemned. It is not permitted in Islam. It is prohibited. It is haram. And it is the second major sin in Islam. And I've quoted that most of the scholars, Islamic scholars, like for example Sheikh bin Baz, for example Sheikh Uthaymeen, all of them condemn that suicide bombing where innocent people are killed, it's totally prohibited. But when the question is it permitted in some cases? There are certain scholars, I'll give you the name. For example, Sheikh Safar al-Hawali. If it is used as a tactic of war, and it was used in the past. I know when I spoke to some journalists, they said, come on Zakir, where has it been used? Your knowledge of history may be a bit weak. If you know in World War II, Japan used it as a tactic of war. They were kamikaze pilots. What you have to realize that these scholars say that if it is used as a tactic of war, in which the Amir, the head, the leader of the army of the country gives permission that if this is beneficial for the army of that country to win over the enemy as a tactic of war, if someone does it, in these cases it may be permitted. Otherwise, in all cases where innocent people are killed, like a person takes a bomb, goes in a marketplace, goes in a bus, goes in a train, all these are 100%, they are condemned, and all scholars throughout the world, they condemn that suicide bombing or suicide attack where innocent people are killed. It is 100% wrong. It is the second major sin in Islam after associating partners is called. This was the answer to the first question. And this is given in the complete context. But imagine if someone shows only one part of my answer, which even answer I gave, if you show one part of the answer, it can be misunderstood.
Dr. Naik, being an Islamic preacher, shouldn't you be sensitive towards the kind of words that are being used? While you come out with the statements, you are a public figure and, you have so much of fan following, huge fan following. Shouldn't you be, sensitive towards the kind of words that are being used because they are being misinterpreted as you are coming out and saying? But then certainly, there are a lot of many other charges with respect to the same statements that are against you.
To say your name and news agency.
I'm Urvashi Khona from NewsX.
Now you tell me one thing, if an army general of a country thinks that he can save the country, it may be India, it may be any other country, that he can save the country if some of the soldiers go and use suicide. If they go and they do a suicide attack in which the country is safe, there are many people in the world who would like to give their life to save the country. So I have to give the complete answer. And that's very important. You cannot just I'll give you an example. For example, everyone knows that alcohol is prohibited in Islam. If someone asks me, is it permitted in some cases? I said, yes. If alcohol is going to save a life of a human being, in that case, alcohol is permitted. This is given in the Quran. So what you have to understand, I give a general answer in the starting, and I told that all suicide